I can't tell you how much I sympathise with the way everybody has had to endure this unbelievably testing and challenging time.
As every member of my family can testify, she combined these qualities with warmth, humour, and an unerring ability always to see the best in people. King Charles said those words about Queen Elizabeth at her funeral. But 3 months later, according to palace insiders, he was sitting in a private room at Buckingham Palace with tears streaming down his face. Prince William and Princess Anne had just delivered an ultimatum.
Nor her son, to stake a claim to the throne. I am Princess Anne. For years I have chosen to handle the disputes within the royal family quietly, but this time I must stand up.
Cut all financial ties with Camilla's family, or watch the monarchy lose public trust forever. Sources say Charles actually shook as he held the document. The woman he'd fought for decades to marry was about to lose everything she'd quietly built for her children. So what really happened in that room? And why did two of the most level-headed royals push their king to the breaking point? It happened on a Tuesday morning in late 2022. Prince William's private secretary requested a meeting with 0 advisors present. No press officers, no courtiers. Just Charles, William and Anne. William spoke first. He'd been tracking something for months. Camilla's daughter, Laura Lopes, had been showing up at private royal events. Not the big public ones, the private estate tours, the trustee meetings, the financial planning sessions for the Duchy of Cornwall. William had accepted Camilla as queen consort. But watching Laura walk through the duchy properties like she belonged there, that crossed a line. These properties represent over 700 years of royal inheritance. When photographers caught Laura touring the estates in September 2022, William called Anne immediately. Princess Anne had been watching the same thing unfold. Palace insiders say she'd already started declining invitations to events where Camilla's children would be present. She'd told a close friend, "There are lines you don't cross, even in a modern monarchy."
Camilla and her son, Tom Parker Bowles, have crossed a line I cannot tolerate. Though Tom has no royal blood, he has repeatedly used his mother's name to interfere in royal affairs.
Here's what most people didn't know. Camilla's integration of her children into royal life happened slowly. Laura Lopes, an art curator, started attending royal galas around 2015. By 2021, she was attending events that even some blood royals couldn't access. A former palace staffer said Laura once attended a private Duchy of Cornwall meeting about estate management. The real alarm bells rang in early 2023. A document leaked to the Times, a draft proposal listing Laura Lopes as a candidate trustee for the Duchy of Cornwall. Not an advisor. A trustee with actual voting power over royal estates.
Charles has yet to grant them any royal titles, and now, it seems, she has begun to sway Charles. When I learned of this, I immediately informed William and confronted Charles. If he cannot uphold his duty as king, then the throne should pass to someone truly worthy. The monarchy exists to serve the nation, not as a chessboard for family power plays.
William was blindsided. Catherine reportedly told a friend she felt completely sidelined by decisions being made about properties that would one day belong to Prince George. Social media exploded. The hashtag #NotOurRoyals trended worldwide. One viral tweet said, "Diana fought to modernize the monarchy with merit and service. This is just nepotism with a crown on top." YouGov polling in February 2023 showed 64% of British people opposed giving Camilla's children any formal role in royal institutions. Camilla tried to explain she'd never pushed for formal titles. "I only wanted them to feel included," she told Charles. But the public perception was set.
And the wider family of realms, of whose talents, traditions, and achievements I am so inexpressibly proud.
February 14th, 2023. Valentine's Day. That's when Charles made his final decision. He met with Camilla privately that evening. Staff were ordered to stay away. A palace insider said Charles looked absolutely shattered when he emerged hours later. His eyes were red. Charles showed Camilla the decree he'd already signed. All financial support and ceremonial access for her children would end immediately. They'd be removed from any discussions about royal trusts or estate management. Camilla allegedly asked, "Did you have a choice?" Charles reportedly answered, "The monarchy has to survive us both." She didn't argue. She just stood up, nodded once, and left. She spent the night in a separate residence. The next morning, Buckingham Palace released a short statement announcing a restructuring of royal trusts in the interest of long-term institutional integrity.
I think the one I enjoyed reading more than anything else.
Camilla's family wasn't mentioned by name, which in royal communications means they're no longer part of the conversation. Laura Lopes cancelled all upcoming appearances. Tom Parker Bowles gave one cryptic interview about understanding conditional loyalty. Neither has attended a major royal event since. Charles's approval rating jumped 11 points in 1 week. For the first time since becoming king, a majority of British people approved of how he was handling the role. But one longtime staff member told a reporter, "The king made the right decision for the institution, but you could see it broke something in him personally." In the months following, Camilla changed. She stopped attending morning briefings unless mandatory. Her calendar became noticeably thinner. Staff said she'd often leave events early, citing fatigue. One royal correspondent reported that Camilla had lost weight and looked drawn at public appearances.
Yes, I slept on the street for 2 nights. I did.
She's from the #1 New York Times bestselling author Emily Giffin, who is your biggest fan, and she's so excited to be here.
Came over for your coronation. I just so yes, I slept on the street for 2 nights. I did. It's an honor of my lifetime. So thank you, and thank you for all the support.
Her famous sense of humor seemed to disappear. Charles and Camilla still appeared together at official functions, but palace insiders say their private relationship became strained. They'd go days without seeing each other, even while living in the same residence. A friend said, "She feels like she's living in a castle that's become a prison." Princess Anne returned to her usual schedule of relentless work. She's consistently the hardest working royal. She doesn't do drama, she just does duty. By summer 2023, the crisis had passed in the public eye. The monarchy had survived. William and Anne had successfully protected the crown. But for Charles personally, the cost was enormous. He'd spent decades fighting to marry Camilla, weathering public hatred and Diana's legacy. And now, when he finally had the power to protect the woman he loved, he'd been forced to hurt her instead. One palace insider summed it up. Charles chose the crown over his heart. He had to. But I don't think he'll ever fully recover from making that choice. The throne remains. The monarchy survived. But the human cost is still playing out today. Camilla still carries the title Queen Consort. She still appears at state functions. But people who know her say the woman who walks beside Charles now is quieter, more withdrawn, more guarded than the one who married him in 2005. And Charles carries the weight of a decision that satisfied the public and secured the future, but shattered someone he loves in the process. What do you think? Did Charles make the right call? Should modern families be included in the monarchy, or do traditional boundaries exist for a reason? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want more stories about the real dynamics inside the palace, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're covering the stories that don't make the official press releases. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.